Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Wow, what a crowd. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you. Well, before we begin, I have to tell you that runway is like an ice skating rink. And the first step, I said, you know, this sucker is slippery. I think it was put in by the Democrats. That's why. I don't know, whoever the hell got that thing, that's a trap. I'm telling you, it's like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying that for? Don't pay the bill. Okay? Because that is crazy, fellas. So next time, you know, we don't want to have that. Can you imagine if I went down, the press would have a field day for weeks and weeks. They'd say, he went down. He made a mistake. Look at that. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? Thank you. And things are going good for you and for our country. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. That's the guy, but I love him, all right? Whoever the hell you are, I love you. And today I'm doing the most allowed by law to support the people of Florida. Because of the severity of this storm, Category 5, we will have the federal government pay for 90% of the cost in many circumstances. So now we need Democrats in Congress to work with us to pass an acceptable bill. We're getting close. It's pretty tough dealing with. They don't want to build a wall, but we're building the wall. They don't want to do a lot of other things. They don't want to do a lot of things. And we have so many people. Look, we have so many. We could go on all night, but let's get back to business, right? So this is an incredible time for our country. America is thriving again. America is winning again. And America is being respected again. We're respected. In fact, one of the Democrats today said that it's a he, sleepy person, said that he heard from a lot of foreign leaders, and they want him to be president. Of course they do. So they can continue to rip off the United States. Of course they do. Of course. I think if I heard that, I'd never vote for him. And then you have Bernie. Then you have Bernie. You got some real beauties. Crazy Bernie. You got a choice between Sleepy Joe and Crazy Bernie. And I'll take any. Let's just pick somebody, please, and let's start this thing. Let's start it. Pick somebody. We have a young man, boot edge. They say edge. He's got a great chance, doesn't he? He'll be great. Representing us against President Xi of China. That'll be great. I want to be in that room. I want to watch that one. By the way, you see the tariffs we're doing? Because they broke the deal. They broke the deal. So they're flying in. The vice premier tomorrow is flying in. Good man. But they broke the deal. They can't do that. So they'll be paying. If we don't make the deal, nothing wrong with taking in over $100 billion a year. $100 billion. We never did that before. And we have that happening. A lot of good things happening with a lot of countries. We have a deal with Mexico. We have a deal with Canada. Worst deal? NAFTA. How bad was NAFTA? All the empty buildings, all the empty plants. We have a great deal with Mexico and Canada. We got to get the Dems in the House to approve it. And if they don't, that'll be okay too. We're going to do something else. We'll be just as good, if not better. You always have alternatives, folks. Got to have alternatives. When they want to hold you up, which is a holdup. When they want to hold you up for political reasons, you always have to have alternatives. Got a lot of good alternatives, sometimes better. Some of it's better. Our economy is now the hottest anywhere on earth, and it's the envy of the world. America's future has never been brighter. Yet, the Democrats, those very friendly people in Washington, have never been angrier than they are today. You see, somebody else with a very low level of energy was supposed to be standing here instead of me. They wouldn't be in this room. I don't know. They got some problems, I would say that. It won't help you much. But if you love your family, that's what's going to happen. It's a great thing. We're reducing burdens in our businesses, but in return, we expect American companies to invest in America, which is what we're demanding, to raise wages in America, which is happening, and to hire American workers to do the job. That's what we want. And as I stand here floating around on a piece of ice, this is crazy. I'm a little bit concerned about leaving the podium I'm holding. You have no idea what I'm going through on this stage. This is the worst damn stage I've ever seen. I've never seen stupid people did this one. No, or brilliant. Or brilliant. They may be the enemy. If it's the enemy, then they're brilliant, but I want them the hell out of here. Under the previous administration, the United States lost nearly 250,000 manufacturing jobs. You remember that? They let other countries raid our factories, steal our jobs, and rob us blind. Other than that, they were very nice. They allowed China to freely loot our economy, plunder our intellectual property, and target our industries for destruction. That's what was happening. And look, President Xi is a friend of mine, great guy, but he's for China. I'm for the USA. I'm for the USA. But think of it. I mean, Hillary Clinton's still going up. I think they stole the election. No, she lost. She lost. The next time, the next time, can you imagine Sleepy Joe, Crazy Bernie? You look at the candidates, right? I think Pocahontas, she's finished, she's out. She's gone. No, when it was found that I had more Indian blood in me than she did, and then it was determined that I had none, but I still had more. That was the end of her 32-year scam on colleges. So despite the fact, drones, we want to give him technology. Without the wall, nothing works, folks. You know that. So we're going to have over 400 miles of wall built. It's already, much of it's already started, by the end of next year. And we'll conclude it pretty shortly thereafter. We'll have the whole thing sealed up, and it'll be a lot easier. It's very tough when you have the worst laws on immigration, the worst loopholes, catch and release. You catch somebody, and then you have to release them. Oh, that's a wonderful plan. Chain migration, you come in and you bring your whole damn family, and if you're no good, you got people all over the place. This is chain migration. The other one is visa lottery. It's a lottery. Who's coming to the United States? So these countries put people in a basket like little, who is it? Who is it? Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. Isn't he like a stone cold killer? Yeah. Tell me, if the United States is accepting people under a lottery system, compliments of Chuck Schumer, if they're accepting people under a lottery system, do you actually think that the country is giving us their finest? No. No, they're giving us some rough people. And we're now the #1 economy anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. Last month alone, 100,000 illegal aliens were apprehended at our borders. You know what that is? They catch them. They take their name. They have to bring them to a court. They take them into a court. Then they have to release them because we have tens of thousands of people in detention bays. And they can't release them. Now, we did win a great court case last night. Go back to Mexico. Going back to Mexico. And I told Mexico very nicely that you can't let people walk 2,000 miles up your country, because if we do that, we're going to close our border. If we have any more, we're going to close our border. We're going to do it. I don't care what it costs. We'll close our border. But they don't mind it so much because they don't mind crime. They don't mind crime. No nation can tolerate a massive, organized violation of its immigration laws. And no one should run for office without an ironclad pledge to protect and defend America's borders. Shouldn't be allowed to run. They all better be careful, because, you know, we're destroying the lives of hundreds of thousands of people a year with the drugs that are pouring across our southern border. They better damn well be careful, because people are wise to it now. They have drug dens and drug labs and factories right along the border. They make the crap right there, and they send it over our border where we don't have walls. They drive it right through, because we have 2,000 miles between the Gulf and the Pacific. 2,000 miles. Now, a lot of it, you don't need the wall because it's mountains, it's big, strong rivers, it's snake country. Nobody's walking through certain areas. You got to like snakes a lot. I mean, when you have 15,000 people marching up, and you have hundreds and hundreds of people, and you have 2 or 3 border security people that are brave and great, and don't forget, we don't let them, and we can't let them use weapons. We can't. Other countries do. We can't. I would never do that. But how do you stop these people? You can't. There's no... That's only in the panhandle you can get away with that statement. Only in the panhandle. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions, always. The Republican Party will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions, people with pre-existing conditions. And for the veterans, we passed VA choice, right? So now if they wait online for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 10 days, 4 days, 2 months, people that weren't even very sick or terminally ill before they get to see a doctor, they immediately go outside, find a good local doctor, get themselves fixed up, and we pay the bill. And it's a great thing for our veterans. They've been trying to get it passed for 44 years. We got it passed. Great people. And we have made a decisive break from the failed foreign policy establishment that sacrificed our sovereignty, surrendered our jobs, and tied us down to endless foreign wars. I don't know if you saw, but about 8 weeks ago, we took 100% of the caliphate. It was supposed to take 2 years in Syria, ISIS. That doesn't mean that they're not going to go around. These people are stone cold crazy. And it doesn't mean they don't go around blowing up a store and blowing up something. They are just nuts. But we took 100%, and when I took over this helm, this great country, we were way behind. You had to see, I showed the map. It was all so much ISIS. And within a short period of time, we wiped it out. The caliphate, we have 100%. But still, it's a mental condition. These people are sick. They're crazy. They're crazy. So always keep your eyes open, be careful, and let law enforcement know when you see a kook. Let them know. Because we have the greatest law enforcement on earth. Let them know. In everything we do, we are now putting America first. You're incredible people. I tell you, you're incredible people. You're smart, you're loyal, you're unbelievable people. But all across the magnificent state of Florida and all over our country, you joined our movement because you rejected the failures and betrayals of past politicians. You stared down a corrupt system that enriched itself at your expense. The system is rigged. I used to say it. It's still rigged, but a lot less rigged. We're getting rid of a lot of the rigging rapidly, folks. You reclaimed your destiny, you defended your dignity, and you took back your country. You have always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. Thank you. And every day between now and November 3rd, 2020, I think of that. November 3rd, 2020. Boy, it's close, huh? But every day we're going to keep on working, we're going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. Remember, I used to tell the story that your governor would come to see me, and you'd be winning so much in the state of Florida. Governor Ron, he'd say, President, please, in the Oval Office, please, we're winning too much. We're not used to this, Mr. President. We're not used to this. For years and years, we've been losers. We've been losing, Mr. President. Now we're winning. We're winning so much. The people of Florida can't stand winning so much. Can you maybe pull it back a little bit, Mr. President? And I said, no, I can't, Ron. I'm sorry. He said, I thought you'd say that. We're going to keep winning. We've never been winning like we're winning now. You've never had better numbers. You've never had, I think, more loyalty. You look at what's happening to this state, and you look at what's happening to this country, and we're proud again. We're proud again. Can you imagine Sleepy Joe, Crazy Bernie? You look at the candidates, right? I think Pocahontas, she's finished, she's out. She's gone. No, when it was found that I had more Indian blood in me than she did, and then it was determined that I had none, but I still had more. That was the end of her 32-year scam on colleges.